Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today we're going to talk about cheating. No, not you, other people. Dead by Daylight put out a tweet here today talking about an update on cheating with this graphic, and then there's a link here to the official forums. Look at the likes just go up like crazy on this. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody likes cheating, or no, you know what I mean. They like addressing cheating. Look at them. Look at the likes jump. All right, so we click that. It takes you to the official forums here where Peanuts has put this post together. News update on cheating. Cheating is an ongoing battle in any online game, and Dead by Daylight is no exception. There is a never-ending arms race between game developers and cheat makers to find and fix new vulnerabilities. Tackling these vulnerabilities has always been and will remain a top priority to us. Lately, many of you have shared your experiences playing against cheaters, and we have no intention to leave you in the dark. First and foremost, we are abundantly aware of the ongoing situation, and we have been treating it very seriously. To put it bluntly, cheating sucks. And while we have made many measures to prevent it, it frustrates us just as much as you to hear that someone ruined your experience. We tend to stay quiet when it comes to cheating to avoid giving cheat developers vital information. But given recent events, we've decided to pull back the curtain and shed some light on what we've been doing to combat cheating and what we'll be working on moving forward. Please forgive any vague language in this post. We cannot share any information which could be used to make it easier to cheat. So it says, given recent events, this is probably referring to a couple very high-profile fog whisperers, Otstarva and Spooky Loops, not limited to those two specifically, but there were two people who came out and made videos about the game being unfun to stream because of the amount of cheaters they're facing, the amount of time they're getting taken hostage on stream, and basically enough is enough. And when you get to this point where your most trusted people, these two fog whisperers, have reached the end of their rope and they feel like they have nowhere to turn, they aren't being given any information from Dead by Daylight that things are going to get better, it's a problem. It's a problem. So it became absolutely necessary for Dead by Daylight to come forward and let us all in on this so that we don't feel like we're splashing around in the ocean without a life preserver, that something is being done to reassure the community that this is important to Dead by Daylight to fix and that there's something being done. So I think that's what triggered this forums post, if I'm being completely honest. How we deal with cheaters. 200,000 cheaters banned, 50,000 so far this year alone. In Dead by Daylight, we have zero tolerance for cheaters. Once we detect someone has cheated or is trying to cheat, their account is permanently banned from the game. There are a few ways we address cheats. One is automated bans. We work with our anti-cheat partner, Easy Anti-Cheat, to report and track new cheats. If the anti-cheat detects one of these being used, they are automatically banned. 2. In-game countermeasures. We make changes to both the game client and dedicated servers to prevent cheaters from doing certain things. This lessens the impact of cheats and reduces the amount of damage they can do. Manual bans. We investigate your reports and manually block cheaters. This is crucial when a new cheat has not yet been tracked by the anti-cheat. In the last 7 days alone, we have banned over 2,000 cheaters, contributing to a total of 200,000 banned over the lifetime of the game. Wow, so they have banned 1% of the cheaters in the last week compared to 6 years, right? Additionally, we have continued to expand our team and processes to deal with the cheaters more efficiently. There is still work to be done, but our team has made considerable efforts to strengthen various aspects of the game, such as preventing modification to certain game files, to block specific avenues for cheaters to exploit and lessen the impact of the cheats that surface. Future improvements. Okay, so this is the graphic that was in the tweet. So we have kind of like a roadmap here for combating cheating. Live right now. Fix various vulnerabilities. Fall 2022 player sniping prevention. Fall 2022 additional fail-safes. Early 2023 improved support tools. Early 2023 player report feedback, and beyond continued support. Ongoing efforts, anti-cheat updates, manual bans, in-game countermeasures. Going forward, we plan to further bolster the game against cheaters. This will be done in various ways. First, we will continue to identify and fix vulnerabilities to limit the effects of cheats. This includes additional measures to prevent player sniping, forcefully joining a specific player's lobby. The first version of this fix is currently slated for this fall, and we'll continue to monitor the situation to ensure that it does not resurface. Fixes like this will be an ongoing process. Okay, so this is interesting. So there is, amongst the cheater hacker community, there is a stream sniper list that has I don't know how many, let's say 300 player IDs of well-known streamers, and they can force themselves to match up against those people, apparently, so I'm told. Secondly, so that looks like they're going to fix that. That's one of the first things that they're going to try and prevent, which is good. Secondly, we will be adding fail-safes to commonly exploited portions of the game. For example, should a match ever continue beyond the endgame collapse for longer than 5 minutes, the game will forcibly end. Additionally, max game time will be reduced from 2 hours to 1 hour or less. This particular change is planned for the fourth quarter 2022, and further measures are being explored. So you probably, if you've seen Otts or Spooky Loop's video or videos from other people in the community, there's about, I would say 10, 12 well-known content creators that have recently made videos about this subject. The hackers had the ability to hold them hostage and keep the game open until the max time where the server would automatically close the game, which was 2 hours. So you could get stuck in a game for 2 hours, which obviously is too long. No Dead by Daylight game should last 2 hours. I think you could probably get away with about 30 minutes if we're being completely honest. So it's good to see that they're going to reduce that and make sure that a game never goes beyond the end game collapse. 5 minutes. I don't know. I think they can even just turn off the end game collapse. I don't really know. Third, we continue to implement server-side validation where possible. This takes authority away from a cheater's game client and puts it on a dedicated server, making cheating much more difficult. This is an ongoing process. That sounds interesting. Fourth, we have improvements in the works for both our player support tools to better deal with cheats internally, and in-game report system to give you feedback on when a player you've reported was banned. Player reports are a keystone of our cheat prevention measures, and providing this feedback is essential to letting you know that your reports are being dealt with seriously. These improvements are scheduled for first quarter 2023. Beyond in-game improvements, we will be communicating our progress against cheats more regularly as part of our developer updates and beyond. We want to keep you in the loop and share as much information as we safely can. And last but not least, we want to stress that these are by no means the only measures we're working on, but rather the ones we can safely share with you at this time. How you can help. While cheating will always be dealt with as swiftly as possible, your help is invaluable. There are a few ways you can help us in this fight against cheating. The best way to help us is to use the in-game report system. These reports are critical and help us identify possible cheaters. If you have a video of someone cheating, you can also send it to our support team through this link, support.deadbydaylight.com. Beyond reporting cheating you encounter, our support team is always available should you have any information on potential exploits or cheats. Fostering a safe, cheat-free experience in Dead by Daylight is and will always be a top priority for the team. As with any online game, cheating is an ongoing battle, and we remain committed to making cheating as difficult as possible. We have been working diligently to limit the number and impact of cheats, and we hope that this post shared some insight into the work we've been doing behind the scenes. Going forward, we hope to keep you in the loop with regular communications regarding cheating and share as much of this info as we safely can. until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. Okay, well, this is good to hear because, you know, I think a lot of people were very frustrated and maybe even had the perception that Dead by Daylight was moving on and working on their new IPs and basically leaving the golden goose to starve while they tried to hatch the eggs from said golden goose into more golden geese. So it's good to see that that isn't the case and that they are diligently taking good care of their golden goose. I remember I said about 9 months ago, I think it was like December last year, probably when Artist Chapter came out. I don't know. Am I timing right on that? I'm not sure. That it was beyond time for them to invest in better countermeasures to combat hackers and cheaters in the game. Yeah. So I think Behavior as a company made something like $260 million last year, and it's time for them to invest significant more amount of that money back into this game to protect it and protect the players. And we know that things take 6 to 9 months to move through production of Dead by Daylight. So maybe now here we are where they're catching up months later. So hopefully this is going to continue, and they are investing in the infrastructure to shore up vulnerabilities because we all deserve it, right? I don't think there's any argument about that. We've all been very supportive of this game, and we deserve to have their best efforts put forward into this game to protect us as players. No doubt about that. I don't think it's a big ask to have the company reinvest the profits into that to support us, right? So yeah, it was upsetting to see some of the biggest names in the game that they felt like they were at the end of the rope and they had no other choice other than to basically put Behavior on blast publicly and say what is going on, and trigger this kind of reactionary statement to reassure us. And hopefully, you know, this is all going to go somewhere because we do deserve it, right? But 200,000 cheaters bans, 50,000 so far this year alone. And I think all those are just from Epic, right? Nah. I know y'all like to make that joke about all the free accounts on Epic, but you know, it's not like all the cheaters were falling by the wayside on Steam before that anyway, right? So yeah, we'll see where this goes. Hopefully it's going to make some big improvements in the game and shore up these vulnerabilities. But that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think about all this. Is this like, you know, moving around the deck chairs, or does this instill your confidence in the game? Let me know what you think hearing about all this stuff here, and how you feel about this as a subject overall. I will say that this just happened to me the other night. It was Sunday night, just got done watching a movie, and I thought, you know, I'm going to play one game of Dead by Daylight before I go to bed and relax. And so I jumped into a game, and I don't know if I didn't notice it, I guess, but at the last second, my cowgirl Rebecca teammate changed into a second killer. And when we got in game, I saw 3 survivors loaded up, and I thought, oh, this is one of those games where somebody DC'd at the last second and only 3 survivors loaded in, so the game's gonna close automatically after a few seconds. And then I heard Leatherface's chainsaw, and I thought, okay, well, whatever. And there was a gen right beside me, so I thought I'll just do some generator repair while I wait for the game to close. And then I got a skill check. And the skill check was so narrow, it was like the border of what a normal skill check is. It was like 1 pixel wide skill check on the generator, and I said, uh-oh. And then one of my survivor teammates went down, so I went to go investigate, and there I see Leatherface and Sadako standing over the down David, both of them. And I said, uh-oh. And I dipped. I DC'd right out of there. unbeknownst to me, my cowgirl Rebecca had changed herself into Leatherface for the game. So I just dipped right out of there. So yeah, but the problem is, if you DC too many times, then your penalties start to stack up. So these streamers who are being targeted by the stream snipe list, I got the list here, by the way. The list right here. Pages and pages of stream snipe. I don't imagine this is tiny. I don't imagine you can read this tiny print, so I don't think there's any danger here. How many pages is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of a Google document of all the players' cloud IDs with a lot of slurs on here too. Information about the different streamers who are on this list. So people who are using this list to go up against prominent streamers on Twitch that faces a Dead by Daylight, hold them hostage for 2 hours. That's a problem. So they face either DCing and racking up the penalties. I think I saw True Talent had like 24 hours of penalties one day because he had DC'd against people who were stream sniping him and holding him hostage over and over. So you face either DCing and racking up penalties or sitting there for 2 hours and waiting for the game to end on the server. So it's a no-win situation for these people through no fault of their own, who have done nothing wrong and are just being targeted and harassed by hackers and cheaters who think it's funny. So it's nice to hear that Dead by Daylight has our back on this. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I have blabbed on about this long enough. Let me know what you think about all of it here in the comments. I'm always curious to read through all your opinions in the comments, and I appreciate it. I always appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.